Pillar Talk, baby. Episode 5, BrainJerk ENT in the house. Man, I got some special guests for y'all tonight. We waited the 30 minutes to make it right. 8:29, we ready to go. What's up, everybody?
What's up, big dog?
Yo.
We'll start with Mikey. We'll go around. This guy needs no introduction, but we're going to do it anyways.
I'll let you take care. I mean, I'm.
Oh, dude.
You do that.
You like Bruce Buffer or what?
Yeah, I need a whole
Let's get ready to.
You know, we got Mikey Shoe, baby. 8 Mile Vodka.
8-inch pythons over here.
Yeah, man.
Not them 24s like Hulk Hogan.
I love it. Next guy, man. Y'all know this guy. Come on.
Come on. I'll let you take the
Come on, man. Don't make me do this the whole round. I got some guys here. I want to hear these
SpookyFilms.
Okay.
Yep.
Hey, CG Simone.
CG Simone. Whoop, whoop.
What's the word? It's Mac Delfino.
We got Big Mac in the building.
I am Mo.
Listen, man. I am Mo. Just dropped in his first time in Michigan a couple of minutes ago off the flight straight from the Bronx. Am I right?
Harlem.
From Harlem.
Yeah.
Dipset, baby. That's what I think of when you say Harlem. You know, I'm thinking of Dipset.
You know the vibes, man.
That's what's
So
up,
this is no
man.
disrespect. Now I mean to cut you off on the intro already. But is that a Harlem accent?
Nah.
No, he was like Harlem, B. You know,
Nah,
he didn't say Harlem, did he?
I'm also West African. So I'm from Ivory Coast and Mali. My mom is more from Mali. My father is more from Ivory Coast. Born and raised in Harlem. So
Man, that's
Love
way cooler
it.
than
That's
Harlem.
dope. Yeah.
Got a little variety going on.
Right.
yeah.
I love it. All right, well, shit, man. We here. We couldn't believe my man literally just flew into town.
You told me you're like he's landing like 7:30 and then pulling up straight to the show.
It didn't happen. I couldn't believe it. When he said-
Literally.
When he said he'd never been
landed
here.
and came straight here.
We had to. Me and Mac was in New York City like 2 weeks ago.
How long you in town for?
Till Saturday.
Nice.
That's beautiful. So you see some of our lovely Detroit signs behind you in the mix. This is the first time Pillar Talk seeing this. You know, we usually go in the room with the table, but we had to open up the room, pull an extra couch in.
Right.
We in here,
Rearrange
man.
a little
We
bit.
in here. So this is a record amount of people for Pillar Talk reloaded, and I believe Pillar Talk itself. So
How did you guys get acquainted?
shout out. Oh man, my sister CG. If we're talking from Mac and Mo here, you know, CG always is looking out for me, looking out for BrainJerk. And so ever since she's introduced us to Mac, I just told him it ain't been nothing but blessings. So I already can see it, Mo. I see we got some good stuff to talk about, some good stuff to get into. I really hope that we can build and really bridge our two communities, man. Because I want to come to the Bronx. I want to come to Harlem.
Yeah. it's very different because like just so somebody knows, like I'm an event curator, right? So I do events, do concerts, parties and stuff like that. I don't really do things in Harlem though. So my crowd is all over the city.
Okay.
I do Dykeman, which is more like Spanish Harlem, and I do like Brooklyn, which is more like the Afro beats and, you know, African crowd. Then there's like Queens where I get like a more hip hop crowd. Like it's crazy, but we'll get into that soon.
I love that, man. So there's a real diverse community where you at. I already knew that. That's dope, man.
It's gonna sound stupid, but I want to come out there and try that pizza.
There's no lie.
Like I've never had New York.
Low key, New York pizza better than Chicago.
I've never had either.
And it's
I've
cheap.
had both, and yeah, is it cheaper?
Hell yeah, they
Oh,
got
it might be. I don't know.
99
Yeah,
Yeah, 99 cent
Yeah,
pizza.
I was spending in Chicago.
Right
I
on
was sick about
42nd
it.
Street.
Even McDonald's is expensive in Chicago. I was salty.
Never been.
Yeah, for real.
You've
Though.
never been to Chicago?
Never. My wife wants to go so bad, but we just haven't made the
That's
trip.
the trip to make. 23.
Bro, so I was driving to Wisconsin, had to drive like through Chicago, I guess, or around.
Just didn't stop.
In that traffic, I was like,
Nah, so
I ain't stopping in Chicago.
So you won't like New York then?
But you don't even drive though in New York, right? Like it's all cab or like some.
You just take the train, really.
Nah.
That's what I be
Yo,
doing.
we're so overpopulated. Like the train be packed, and then traffic is packed as well. It's
Was
like
it the L train out there.
everything,
Yeah.
everything. L 1, 2, 3.
But once you
A,
get
B,
there,
C, like,
You got the subway,
to
too.
boroughs and whatnot. Well, that's what I did. At least I stayed in Queens, and then I went over to Brooklyn and Manhattan, and it's actually for a wrestling show we filmed out there, like a
Oh,
little
man, I
indie
know.
wrestling show. But as soon as I got there, I just walked. I mean, I was so full of adrenaline because you're not from there, so you're just
sightseeing.
People are literally stepping on you, like get the fuck out the way.
Right,
yo,
I got shit
I'm
to
sitting there,
do.
Spooky just
Why
got a
you still
camera,
waiting?
like stepping on my shoes and shit. I'm like, damn, like. But there's just so much to look at because you're not from there, you know. So
It was crazy to me. This kind of like little off, but like during COVID, whenever it showed Times Square and it was just nobody, like that was
Right.
wild to see.
Like a ghost town.
Right,
yeah,
right.
End of the
Vegas
world
the same.
almost.
Like that's crazy. That's what I worry about, like the overpopulation. Like I don't like a lot of like crowded.
congested.
Yeah.
I get
Yeah,
like
then-
claustrophobic or whatever.
I don't know. For me, I mean, I'm the same way. I'll go into Walmart and freak out if there's too many people in there. You know, I'm like, I'm good. I don't even want to shop no more.
Right.
But like being there, I'm in my own world. You know, I'm literally taking pictures at everything. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
Yeah.
people didn't mind me. Besides people that were stepping on me, they had me
Dog, I got a
salty.
meeting. Get
For
out of the
real,
way.
Yeah. But
So Mac, you was there 2 weeks ago, huh?
Yeah, I was there 2 weeks ago, man, and it was a great time. The vibes there felt like home, you know, but it's different.
Where'd
Like,
you go?
Spooky was saying, everywhere you look. We was in Brooklyn.
In Brooklyn.
Brooklyn,
Nice.
right in the heart of Brooklyn. We got
Yeah,
to
I
see the
did an
Brooklyn
event.
Bridge, all that.
Nice.
Yeah, Mo did a crazy event. Crazy.
Yeah. I did an event with artists from Brooklyn. My name is Young Devin.
Shout out
Yeah.
Young Devin.
Dope.
Shout out Young Devin.
So
She's
dope.
so fire.
Yeah.
And then I also had one of my artists pop out as well and perform her first single, which is Azana, R&B. Like she's great for me. She's great.
You want
Hopefully,
to go ahead and plug her, man. Anybody seeing that wants to check her out, how do we find her?
Hey, I will say
Azana
that too.
Music, AZANAMUSIC.
No doubt.
Azana Music.
What you say, Mac?
I was gonna say, like, yo, the club scene, like the way the event went to, the way the artist was brought on was pretty different. Like everybody was partying, DJs were switching up the tracks, you feel me? And next thing you know, cameras and stuff are being pulled out, lights are shining, and you just see Azana performing her single live, like right there. Everybody like swarms over to the booth section. It's crazy. It was different. I've never seen it like that.
That's what's up, man. Hey, so before we get too far, I was supposed to do this from the beginning. Shout out to my sponsors. You know, as Pillar Talk, we have some really, really great sponsors that we actually call our pillars. And those of you that don't know, you guys in this room that don't know, Pillar Talk was started because we believe our pillar, that's what we call you guys. You guys are pillars of community of your different respective places and, you know, bringing up your areas and doing your thing. So it's beautiful to have you. But shout out to our sponsors. We definitely know we got 8 Mile Vodka in the house.
Let's go.
Usually we
Let's
just point at the
go.
picture. We got him tonight.
Yeah.
We got Deb's Flowers, Deb's Tailgrave. Shout out to Deb. We've got
Thanks.
Amaya's Fresh Mexican Grill. We've got Shane from Mugsy's in the Monroe Sports Center.
Shout out to Shane.
Shout out to Shane. We've got IWR Rhino, the WWE legend wrestler, man.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to Gary Paulette and Rhino Gore.
More.
Pro Wrestling Edge. Am I missing Lane's Pizza? Our boy Brandon Lane and the Little Brown Jug. You know, it's a lot of
Oh,
sponsors.
yeah,
All right.
These
All
guys,
right.
and
All
Lane's
Pizza's
right.
been coming through. Me
Man.
personally too. I've even connected with Brandon, and he's doing a lot of stuff. So I just want to give a quick shout out to him as
That's
well.
beautiful.
Just
Brandon's a
on
great
Spooky's
dude. We were with
behalf
him
as
today,
well.
and him and Jeff today, and I gotta tell you that list of people are.
I still haven't got to meet Brandon.
Well,
He's
we
a
had to make
dude.
that happen.
Yeah.
For real.
Pieces fire. I'll tell
Apparently,
you
we're
that,
meeting on
but-
podcasts now. I like this.
Right.
This is meeting
Right.
up.
Fire.
You know, I like it. So yeah, man. Shit. What else is going on? What do you got coming up?
Couple things. Got a couple things in motion.
He's going through the checklist. He's like, oh shit.
Yeah,
what's
so I just started a new weekly every Sundays. I'm in Dykeman. That's for my like uptown crowd, my Spanish people. For me, my friends over there. You know, we do that every Sunday, and then we also have like a few events coming up. I have a charity event coming up Memorial Day. For my best friend. He died in a car accident in 2020.
Oh man.
So literally right when COVID started. So, you know, for him, I decided like this year I'm gonna do a Big Brothers Big Sisters. The organization, I'm gonna give back to them and give 50% of those proceeds to them and then 50% to Children's Aid Society, which
That's
is
beautiful.
an organization that I grew up literally in, and I seen a lot of people grow up in. I seen a lot of people succeed, and I seen a lot of people fail in. And I know that they will need the money as well. So yeah, that's what's coming up. And
That's cool, man.
We have a concert coming up, Mac and I, and CG as well.
Crazy.
CG as well.
I heard this is what I've heard a little bit about. We gonna get into
Yeah.
this. I've been waiting.
Oh,
So
boy.
and the way
So-
it even kicked off was kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Like, cause Chan introduced you to me.
Yeah, so we have a third partner. His name is Chan. I actually got his hoodie on right now.
Shout out Echelon Society.
Hey,
Echelon.
Chan.
Okay.
Society.
Yeah.
But yeah, I met Chan through a friend that's an artist, and he just knew that I like doing parties, and Chan liked doing parties, and I always wanted to do a party in Toronto, and he always wanted to do something in New York. So then we was just like, all right, let's just do a small party. Let's just do New York City meets Toronto. Let's do that. And then Chan hit up Mac on Instagram.
Yeah,
He hit up Mac on Instagram. Basically asking him about his services. Mac's PR goes far. Like I've seen it in New York. Chan seen it in Toronto.
Shout out to Big Mac,
Mac
baby. For real.
Delvino.
just a man in jeans trying to get the
Yeah.
job done.
I know my one of my cousins know of his work as well. He's in Orlando, so Mac's going far. You feel me? So when Chan told me about it, I was like, all right, let's just have a conversation.
Yeah,
And
just
Mac
like
is
that.
Mac is like, yo, I could bring an artist. I said, oh, okay. Since you could bring an artist, let's do a concert. So it went from a small party to a concert in literally one conversation
Hey.
with me and
in
him.
the
Our
vision.
first conversation the first conversation I ever had with Mac. First conversation was, yo, let's blow this up. Let's go even crazier.
That's what's up, man.
But yeah, June 2nd, Stand Up New York, the first of many.
Yeah.
From Stand Up New York, we're going to Miami.
Okay.
I love Miami.
Yeah. Miami's
Yeah, we were
fire.
just there. I do. I love
We're
it
going to
too.
Miami.
So
Just
people talk
there.
about California girls, right? And I tell my wife knows everything, but the women in Miami, crazy. Crazy. Like it puts California to shame. And I'm heading out to California, but still it's
Miami's good. I shot a couple music videos out there actually for Two Down too.
oh, okay.
And then I got flown out for a wedding out there. It's actually for
Great city, though.
but went to Miami for a little bit. But the other two times I went to Miami, it was crazy experience. Honestly, the one with Two Down was like one of the best experiences out of state I've ever had, other than being in Southeast Kentucky. Mack
Two
Tr3.
down.
That's awesome.
And the
man.
bars stay open until like 4,
4.
which is
5.
stupid.
You know what I
So
mean?
listen.
Like, yeah. So we actually were at one spot, and then some old head was like, "I got it in over here at the cigar bar," and I'm looking at the clock. I'm like, "It's 3:30. Like Spooky's got to take a cat nap. Like I'm ready to go home." Like, but we went out.
Spooky's
You know
up
what
all
I'm saying?
night.
So, yeah,
All right.
so it was a good time
He's
though,
up
for
all
real.
night now.
Miami's good time.
So I got a quick Miami. So me and my partner back a little while ago, like we were working on this tour. It was Make America Rock Again. It was Alien Ant Farm. We were managing them at
I
the time.
remember that tour. Yeah.
So we were working on trying to
Wait,
get
stop.
them.
Don't just pass by
Wait,
that.
yeah,
Used
yeah,
to
yeah.
manage Alien Ant Farm.
And then you remember Crazy Town?
What?
No way.
So like
Oh.
Shifty.
Like you
yeah.
just skimmed over it though. Like
But you don't
man,
even
yeah,
know
when I
yet.
used to manage
Yeah.
Alien Ant
No,
Farm,
they're great. I still
that
think-
was just
So I'm
a
actually
time.
gonna-
You know what I mean?
Are you
Like,
okay?
Wait a minute.
So I'm actually gonna meet up with them out in California when I'm out there
Yeah.
next week. But so I'm friends with Shifty from Crazy Town.
Oh, okay,
But we were
okay.
trying to talk, like not talk, but we were working on getting Alien Ant Farm to do this tour because they just like didn't want to do it, thinking it was, I don't know, it made sense to do it. So finally we confirm it in Miami. I'm already in my room. It was like 11, 12. My partner calls me. He's like, grab that bottle and meet me in the lobby. So we go downstairs and slam this bottle. Go down to the bar. Bar closes at 4. We're hammered. So then we go to the ocean and we walk as far as we can at 4:30 in the morning, hammered drunk. And then like you can walk out for a while because it's so shallow. But then I'm thinking like, it started raining.
That's what he doing. That saying.
It started raining. It was bad.
Yeah.
Next day I thought, I'm like, Mikey, first of all, you're not a strong swimmer. And if you would have got bit by like even a little shark or a fish,
stingray.
I'd have bled out
Stingray.
before I got back.
Yeah.
Like,
You're an animal.
oh man, it was
insane.
stupid.
That's insane.
That was still something I regret doing because I was just drunk and stupid.
In the ocean,
Celebrate.
man.
Right in the it dark. That's what I'm saying.
We
At
went out there
night.
pitch black
That's
before.
insane.
But like it was a full moon, so like you could see it, so it was
Doesn't
great. But
matter.
still,
That's
no, I
insane.
know it doesn't matter.
Right,
Yeah,
have you
I
been to
agree.
Miami?
Like now, I'm like, why did I
Been to
do
Miami?
that?
Yes,
What's that?
I love Miami. I've been a few times.
Yeah, Miami.
Actually, I'm gonna be honest. We go to Miami. I'm going to the motherfucking Keys. dog.
Yeah, we did the
If you're that
keys.
far, I'm going all the way down because that is where it's at, and I love it. So we went our first time. I've been 3 times now within the past 20 months, 18 months, and among other places, Cali and everything else. I really love to travel. Shout out to my wife because we together are really making it happen, man. But we went. I went the first time, and then decided to go back and film our show Taste of. And we went, and Spooky actually got sick and wasn't able to go. So we filmed, but it wasn't quite able to do it the way we want to because obviously we didn't have Spooky.
And I ain't right if anyone was spooky.
But I went
Sorry.
back again and was like, listen, I've been twice now. So now I know what to do. So I took all the family, all the kids and everything. You know, I got kids range from 20, 21, 22 years old all the way to 5, 6. So we get
Still
down
crazy
there,
to me though.
and we're riding the golf cart. Because if you've been to the Keys, you know, everything's kind of like it's one circle. So we ride in the golf cart, and my son he's 4 or 5 years old at the time, and he is literally on this golf cart. It's 2 or 3 in the morning. We're having a good time. What's up? All nighter. He's screaming at people to show him their belly buttons, and because we're saying stupid shit, show me your belly button to the drunks and shit, you know. And so he starts screaming at the drunks, and my son's a Marine, my son Michael, and Michael's stopped, and we get off at Walgreens, and then people are hammered. It's a tourist place, so it's 3 in the morning. People are fucked up. So my son's doing push-up contests with the drunk guy, and well, not knowing he's a Marine, and homeboy was in trouble from the beginning. But yeah, to answer your question, I've been to Miami, but as soon as I think of Miami, I think I'm trying to get out of there. I'm trying to go to the Keys. I love Miami.
I've never been to the
I'm not
Keys.
trying to shit on Miami.
Yeah, I never been
There's
to
just
the Keys
nothing
either.
better
I-
than
I
that,
missed
man.
out
Once
last year,
you'll see
man.
what I'm saying, man.
Actually, I actually told him that we should move to Orlando.
You like that? I've never been to
Yeah,
Orlando. see?
I think
Just straight to
Orlando is
Miami.
like, I think Orlando is like here or like Buffalo, New York.
My
It's
boy
like
just moved down to
not-
Orlando.
Not far from the action, but you have like your own like space to breathe.
Okay.
You know, that's like
Yeah.
that's the thing. Like growing up in New York is always something. So it's like, you gotta hear it again. You gotta hear it.
Atlanta's kind of like that too.
Yeah, like
Real
yo,
homie.
There's like there's a police chase every 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Like or the ambulance or just noise that's just 2 in the morning. You're
Constant.
gonna hear noise. It's just gonna be constant noise because like there's never no peace because there's so much people. It could be 3 million people hanging out and just chilling. There could be 3 people doing something wrong.
I felt that way in Vegas. I felt like an old man in Vegas recently because I got to my hotel at 2 in the morning and it was just bumping. I'm like, I need to call somebody. Like, I gotta get some sleep tonight. And I was pissed. I'm like, what do
You're
we
that
do?
guy.
I was
You're
that guy. I was like, I was about to get a room somewhere. I was like, get me the fuck out of here.
That's
Second
awesome.
city
I
that
felt so old. I'm like,
That's fine.
I need my sleep, man.
Yeah.
But they're just living their best life. I'm like, put some earplugs in, Mikey. Shut up.
I've been to Vegas.
So those of you that know and don't know, I know a lot of us know about Mikey and 8 Mile, but can you tell these guys something maybe? Because I know that they don't necessarily know how this all started and how we got here.
Man, it's just such a
Well,
long,
summarize. Can we get a
a
summary?
long, crazy story. So I mean, I started in the music business, right? Because I was always a fan of the business, but thought you had to move to like LA or somewhere like that to get into it. And then I've always been a fan of Trick, like since I was a kid. And then I found out his manager was from here. So I'm like, all right, well, let me try to meet this guy and just pick his brain. So finally I got to hold this guy and had an interview with him. Like, and it was pretty much me interviewing him, like, yo, how'd you get into it and all this? So then we kept in touch. He called me one day. He's like, hey, I'm doing a video with Trick if you want to come through. I'm like, absolutely, I want to come through.
Yeah.
So then I met Trick that day. Me and him hit it off. And I later found out he told my old partner, he's like, you need to keep this little guy around. I see something in him. And then that got me in the music business. We started booking shows at this venue in Flint. And then that got me into the vodka business pretty much. And here we are.
Hey,
Here we
Mama.
are.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's a
Yeah, shout
dope
out to
story.
Trick.
What's
Oh,
what's
Trick,
the
okay.
name? What's behind the name?
So you know what? We actually bought it from a couple of brothers from Birmingham that started it. So it's another long story, but I was working at the liquor company when it launched, and I think that they named it 8 Mile because they would assume that people thought it was M&M's vodka.
Mhm.
Bottles would fly off the shelf, and they
Yeah.
quickly realized they dumped a bunch of money
There's
into
more
it
to it
before
than
they
that,
sold
right?
one. A ton more. They
Right.
quickly realized nobody gives a shit. That's no disrespect to Marshall at all.
Mm.
It's just he wasn't behind it and isn't behind it. So unless he's promoting it, so I feel like they didn't know what to do, and then they didn't know what to do with it. We found out it was for sale. My partners called me like, "Hey, what do you know about it?" And
Yeah, but you guys
Boom.
damn near, I'm not gonna say franchise, but you guys marketed it right. You know, you guys are doing a good job.
I appreciate it, man.
It's
I appreciate
not
it.
just out here in Monroe. Like I stayed downriver, and it's out that way as well. You know what I mean?
It's a grind, man. A lot of people think I just show up with bottles, and people are like, "Oh yeah, I'll take it, and I'll put you on the menu." Like, I wish it was that easy. It's
Don't
not.
do that for me.
like-
Shout out to Monroe, because I'll tell you what, you've laid
Oh,
such the
Monroe,
groundwork.
man,
If
yeah.
there's somewhere that I've hit that hasn't took it, they take it for us. For
Yeah.
you, they're asking me. You know, is with the elbow on him a little bit.
Right, right,
You're
right,
gonna
right,
take
right,
this
right.
motherfucking vodka. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it. Yeah,
oh, you
it's
don't
been-
you don't got 8 Mile? Well, what's up? I got him. I'm gonna call him. I've called him right down how many times right in front of
Oh
these
yeah.
people.
I mean, the support from the city. I've always said it, man. I can't thank the city enough. It's been
Yeah.
It's
Jokes
been
aside, that's what I mean.
insane.
Really,
Yeah,
they really
100%.
everybody knows, you know, pretty much who you are, and that goes a long way. I mean, your rep here is very good. I mean, I think that I've not heard a bad thing since I've got to know you.
you know, and when I say thank you to people, like that's one thing. Like when I say thank you, I mean it from the bottom of my heart, because that literally changes my family's life, right? So I don't just say it to be polite. Like I really mean it. Like
you work
it's
for
just
it.
it's just crazy. Yeah, I mean I do
Yeah.
put in the work, but people don't. I mean, I can put in work all day long. People
I mean,
don't have to
I
buy
think
it. You know what I
that
mean?
That
So-
goes hand in hand with like I don't mean to cut you off, but like
No, no.
entrepreneurs, you know, even my spooky brand, you know, literally spooky. It started off as a joke. Me and my boy were just smoking and just I'm into the horror films, and I'm, you know, and we're just trying to think of a film name, and spooky, you know, like we just always said it just clicked, and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna run with it. And
I love the name, by the way. And I'll say, and I shout out to TJ. He's like a brother to me, TJ Madison. He always calls you Stelios,
yeah,
and it throws me off a little bit because I always call you Spooky.
right.
Obviously Stelios, but I'm like, no, I love the name Spooky. Not that I
Spooky,
hate Stelios,
Right,
but it's
right.
just like I love the name.
It's got a ring to it,
Yeah,
you know,
and it fits you. It fits you so well.
It's so original
It
and
does.
organic. That's why it works. It's like you haven't seen that. No one's seen a little black cat, you know, popped up on anything. Like that's my image. That's me.
I love when you
know-
comment and you put the black cat.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. I mean,
that's so
when
dope.
the video starts and you hear that meow, you don't even got to see the video. You know, you hear a
That's
meow.
spooky
That's
shit.
me. You
Yeah.
know, that's featured on
Yeah.
PZs, T Grizzly stuff. That's featured everywhere. So
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm really proud of it.
Polo Frost, another one. That's
Yeah,
another guy.
Polo
Like
Frost.
Yeah.
I gotta
Oh
show
man,
some
shout out
I
to
love
Polo.
that
I
dude.
love me some Polo.
Shout out
That's
to
my
Polo.
guy.
Shout out
Doing
to
big
Polo.
CG
things.
introduced us Polo a long
Yeah.
time ago.
I
And it was
connect
off.
you. If I know him, I'm gonna
That's
plug
next guy.
you.
And that's
If
what
I
I'm
know
talking
him,
about.
I'm
This was
gonna
before
plug you.
BrainJerk. This was pre
Yeah.
BrainJerk. I mean,
Oh,
Polo's
really?
really came to us
Polo,
from.
Yeah.
He recorded one of his first tracks at my
Polo.
house.
Oh, Polo
He's
did.
such
Yeah, I've
such
known
a
Polo
good
for
dude.
over 10 years.
And what's crazy is we met
Yeah.
Spooky different than that. So the circle comes full circle sometimes.
How'd you meet Spooky then? Because I never
See,
even heard this
We
story.
met Spooky because Spooky was actually Spooky sees
I
the
never heard this
freaking
story either.
vision. What can I
Yeah.
say? I mean, Josh has told me from the beginning that Spooky and Devin Rucker were the first two people to really notice BrainJerk, that he noticed that were coming saying, hey, look, I want to come on. I want to work with you. What are you doing? I see what you're doing. I love what you're doing. So he's been a supporter since day one. Spooky has, so has Devin. So shout
I
out
got to
to
give
both you
credit
guys.
to Two Down and Kane Perez though, because I saw them. I've known them cats for over 10 years too.
Kane
You know,
Perez is hilarious.
Yeah,
I'm
he's
saying
funny as
he's
hell.
hilarious.
Shout out
He
to the
definitely
Wolfton
made a
fellas,
name for
man.
himself out there on TikTok. and
Going
whatnot. But
crazy.
I saw them featured on their podcast. What was it, Pillar Talk then?
Yep, on
But it
Pillar
was in
Talk.
Toledo. It was in Toledo, and this is pre-COVID. And Two Down hit me up and was like, "You got to reach out to them cats. You know, they're new. They're get out there and let them know. You know what I'm saying?" So it's been ever since then.
That's lit, man. We were just talking about that earlier. So honestly, where this all started with Josh really started this. T-Rup was there. They started Pillar Talk, and they did it in Toledo upstairs in a bedroom. I mean, they had Darren McCarty. If you know Darren McCarty, is from Red Wings. He's a 4-time Stanley Cup champion. Darren McCarty. This fucker came to the door and knocked on the door in Toledo by himself and went up in the bedroom and filmed Pillar Talk with us. So, I mean,
Another
from
great
where
guy.
I love Darren. Darren's become our friend. Like, I think that like-minded individuals are always gonna gravitate towards each other. And sitting in this room, it's living proof of it. So, I mean, a couple of you guys, we work with a lot. Everybody in here, and it's gonna be you too. This is just, I can see it, man. I see beautiful things on the horizon. So
yeah, it's all about building genuine relationships with people. Just going
Genuine,
crazy,
man.
connecting. The
Instagram
dots.
did this.
Yeah, Instagram.
yeah.
did it.
That's how you guys linked up.
Yeah,
Yeah, we linked up.
That is
'cause
wild.
Our third partner met him on Instagram.
yeah,
We was literally talking about some services, and then he's like, "Yeah, me and my business partner, we're gonna throw an event." And then I'm like, "Yeah, I'm thinking about throwing an event in New York too. What you guys got going?" The vision was literally on point. He's like, "Let me pull you on a call." We get on a call, the three of us chop it up. Chemistry, everything was on point, and literally we just took off from there, plugging, playing, getting everything together. We knew to call CG. She has the creative direction on lock. You feel me? So
you guys just went to New York and made it happen?
I literally
Like-
just met CG just now.
Literally.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Literally.
Like, face
we
to
drove
face
here on
at
the
the
way
airport.
here.
Literally.
They met on the way here.
At the
On the
airport.
way,
is
on the
wild.
way.
I mean,
in.
that's what
That
I'm
is
saying.
wild.
Like,
This is
I
crazy.
love
I mean,
it.
I love
the
it.
type
that
of,
shit.
Thought it was
like
the Uber.
being just a
I know
dot
that.
connector. You know what I mean? Making sure that I'm like,
Me and you are a lot alike in that regard. We're the same.
I'll
We're
connect the dot
connectors.
wherever. If I
I'll
know
get
somebody who can do something for a brand or a person or
And
whatever,
that's why
I
these
don't-
two
I
had to
don't
be
care.
here.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, I know this person. Let's do it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Because who knows? That could be like $1 million idea for, you know what I mean? You don't know. So it's like, why not? You know what I mean? And introducing you to Mac. I mean, this guy right here is just,
I can't wait. We're working
heard so
around the
much
room here.
about
I
him, yeah.
can't
he's
wait.
going bananas. It's insane.
I've
It's
heard.
insane.
Since you're saying it, Matt, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, man?
yeah,
Crazy,
I
bro.
guess I'll elaborate.
Let's
a
go
little bit.
crazy real quick, bro. What's up?
Mack Tr3,
Mac Delfino.
In the house.
Yeah.
PR. I've been in the game since 2016. Starting with an internship with Ayo and Tails Management. Shout out my guys. You feel me?
Ayo and Teo from, I
see,
met
yeah.
them through Polo.
Yeah, much love. Ended up branching off and just realized, resources is the real thing that makes things move. You can network with people. You can have those great conversations, but without the resources to execute, there's not much that can happen. So I just made it a personal mission to network with industry entrepreneurs, A&Rs. So I got those resources myself, and that's what's kind of helping us with the New York situation. Like the celebrities that we got involved with this event, like,
It's bananas.
never in my dreams that I think a kid
Everything.
like me from Ypsilanti, 17,000 population, will be able to just call, and make things happen just off of relationships and working, building with people.
No, but not only have people calling you because you're being way too humble. Like it'll be some
Real
people on
humble.
your phone that I'm like, wait, you were talking to who? What, that they called you?
Real
Like, you know what I mean? That's insane.
I can't tell you times
You know what I
CG
mean?
on days where you doing your thing, and I mean y'all are close, and then I catch a whiff of some of the names.
Insane.
I've been told,
It's
and I'm just
insane.
like,
This
what?
guys?
What?
The New York thing is like if you're not a part of something like that, and it's really just bridging the two cities, like-minded individuals together in New York and Detroit and yeah.
Toronto too.
in Toronto. I forget, about
Chan is from
Chaz. Yeah,
Toronto.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
interested in
And
that,
it's
yeah,
in
Toronto.
it bridging the cities together and making something magical. And like, yeah, like, it's not, it's just the people who are on board to do it. You would never think you would even like be in any type of conversation with those type of people because they're the elite. They're not, you know what I mean? They're those type of people. So it's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
oh, okay.
Like she's just
But
saying.
because the Mac, Mac.
Well, that speaks to like your character, though, right? Because these people aren't reaching out to you if
No question.
you know what I mean, unless you're legit.
It
And,
goes back to what I said. It's about building genuine relationships with people. Like, I swear, like me and Mo, we just met. Like, this is my guy.
That's what's up. But
Like,
it
you
seems
staying
like
in
y'all
my
known each other a
crib.
while, right? That's what's up.
that's even wilder than me that it's been 2 weeks, like 2 weeks ago. I thought you guys went back.
Yeah, like we
Year-
before,
years or something.
before he pulled up to New York, we was only on the phone every day. Like honestly, like
So you just came to. I don't mean to cut you off, but you just
Mhm.
came to Michigan.
for the
Now you're in
first
Monroe,
time.
Michigan. You met this man on Instagram 2 weeks ago.
Well,
Nah,
Right?
no.
Is that
So
what
they-
it is?
No.
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
No, my bad.
I'm
No.
sorry. I'm
If you put it like that, that's kind of insane, right?
I'm just asking. Like,
Bring my back on you.
I had to
4
reach
weeks.
Shorty.
It's been 4 weeks.
I had to reach Shorty.
Good 30 days.
No. They met like a couple weeks before because you were in New York
Yeah, no.
Like,
for
yeah.
your event.
Oh, okay, yeah. I did forget that.
Yeah.
Man, sorry.
Yeah.
Every day for like 5 months.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
gotcha.
so we actually met. I met Chan in November, right before Thanksgiving. So I probably met Mac right before Christmas. And then Christmas was every day. Even during Christmas, like everybody was celebrating and we were still on the phone talking about this concert. Like it was
Getting
so
to
crazy. We had a venue locked in, we were ready to go. People gave us promises that they couldn't keep up with, and it's fine. Because it put us in a position that we are now. You feel me? Because I say that because the venue that we're now getting is the venue that they wanted to give us was 150,000. Whereas like who's paying that for a venue for only 1,000 people?
Right.
Like I'm not making money on that. That doesn't make sense. So like with us just taking that no and moving forward. And once again, if it wasn't for him, like he literally put us on the phone with someone, with one of the connect to the venue, and he was just talking to me. Like he was literally just talking to me. He was like, "Yo, I mess with y'all vibe. Like you guys have a good vibe.
Hey, Mo, let me
call this
real
venue
quick.
real quick and let me see what it could do."
Hey, BJ, we gotta give him his props.
Yeah.
BJ is a videographer for New York One. It's one of the New York's main news stations. Like, this guy, he's a plug. Continue, my brother.
He's literally a plug. So he literally called the venue and got us a venue that fits more people for less money. Right. And it's like that was just off of vibes. That was not even, he didn't owe us anything. He just wanted to do it because he had a conversation with us. And that's really what it is about this business. Like everybody says, like it's money, but it's more of being yourself, because
It's really connects.
a lot of people, but like a lot of people connect with people and then start to change up on who they really are.
This event that you're talking about, is it
I'm
the one
feeling
that
it.
you already threw, or is it the one you guys are throwing
He's
now?
preaching.
No, we're
man.
throwing now.
That's the June 2nd one.
June 2nd.
Yeah, June 2nd.
You guys
That's
have a name for it?
Yeah,
Stand
stand
up.
up.
Stand up. Okay.
Stand up
yeah.
there. So
So I was confused with
Yeah.
what you were. Okay.
all right, so let me tie it all together.
Is there a flyer up yet?
Flyer isn't
Stay
up.
tuned. It's dropping
reason-
very,
All right.
There's a very good
soon.
reason why it
Very
isn't
good
up.
reason.
Okay.
but Very, very
It's-
soon.
Marketing
Very
purposes,
soon.
I say that.
Yeah.
Everything has its own timing. But yeah, we got denied by somebody and then got blessed with something even better, and then the good thing about that venue was I knew somebody that already did something there, so I already knew how the owner was gonna like react to the idea. So I kind of was ready in that aspect, and it's just so insane, like just connecting the dots, like when you connect the dots, everything becomes easier. But it's more of just like when you're yourself, it's easier to connect the dots, because like trying to connect the dots not being yourself is scary. You don't know who you're gonna become, and you don't know who you're gonna get out of somebody else. So it's like,
And the fake stuff don't work, man.
Yeah.
It don't.
No,
Like-
Someone's gonna pull your card eventually.
sooner or later it's gonna be I didn't want to get into that, but yeah, sooner or later. But
Bro,
there's
snakes always expose themselves.
people, people fall off.
So are you able to tell us a little more about that? Like, I'm intrigued now. Like,
Pull it out, Spooky.
yeah, you
Yeah.
you don't have to tell us the headliner, but I mean, we got any names that maybe the people know about or anything like that that's gonna be in attendance or at the show, or
Oh yeah.
Little special info for our BrainJerk fans, maybe,
Yeah,
All
for
right,
sure.
all right.
Well, to be honest, it goes back to what CG was saying about, cultivating relationships and, some of the people that we're trying to bring to this event. We're bringing New York out. That's why it's New York Stand Up New York, because we're bringing top managers, A&Rs, publicists, multi-platinum producers,
Right.
influencers, models, athletes, and business owners for a networking portion. We're gonna move into a live
This
press
fucking guy,
conference.
Mac. I swear to God.
You know what I'm saying?
man.
That's where BJ comes in. New
Real
York
deal.
Wine is involved. We got Complex in the building. This
Hype
is 58.
Magazine.
Hype Magazine is doing red.
Shout
carpet
out to
roll
Hype
out.
Magazine, Ace
know.
Magazine as well.
Yeah, Ace Magazine,
my
JD
God.
Money. He came
Um,
through. We talking to Monster right now.
Yeah, shout out to Ace. Shout out to Hype for sure. Hype Magazine just seen the vision from the first conversation. You know,
Miss
That's-
J, CEO.
Yeah,
shout her
that
out.
was a
Yeah.
dope conversation.
that's my thing. Like, I kind of like just, we can feel each other's vibe the first time and not have to go back and think about it.
Mhm.
That's kind of my thing. I
Facts.
don't really. That's kind of like how it was with us and her. She was on the phone with Mac CG as well at first. Once I got on the phone with her, I was like, yeah, it's up. We doing it. Yeah, definitely shout out Hype Magazine.
Hype Magazine. Okay, I'm
I
gonna
don't
check
think
that out.
I don't think we're gonna reveal headliners yet, but we can
Yeah.
say DJ in this event.
Yeah, the
Who's the
DJ.
DJ?
OG, a legend in the street.
Yeah.
Anybody who thinks they got some bars, some lyricism about them, comes to see this man. It's the Funk Master Flex.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's on the horns.
That's a big one, man.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
big.
Yeah. And I mean, it's only fitting, to do it in New York like that. You know what I mean? Like the birthplace of
Right.
hip hop, where you know what I mean, having him there at this. I mean, the venue is. I can't even see. Mo went to the venue the other day, and it's got some secrets we didn't even know about until we got there. We were like, wait a minute, like that's insane. So, I mean, that's dope. That's you know what I mean. It's gonna be just a super crazy event. That's gonna be a good marketing and just a networking tool for people in the industry. You know what I mean? Like
Everyone.
dope people in the industry.
That's like, I think I'm glad she brought that up. I think the biggest difference between us and like I don't really want to bring out any names, but other like big concerts in New York is that we want everyone to connect. It's not about us just taking your money, you seeing a show, going home, because that right there is just a concert. We want to create an experience,
man.
right? That experience,
Mhm.
that experience is not
Synchronicity,
only,
man.
not only you leaving there spending your money, but you leaving there with a way to make money.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
huge, man. That's so
One
big.
Resources.
Because what we want to do is we want to bring out the biggest A&Rs, right? We're talking to I was just saying artists, okay? We'll just throw it out there, right?
Let's throw it out
So,
there.
like, all right, we're talking to Dream Dolls management, right?
Mhm.
They're a label, like we're bringing them outside with us. We're bringing them to this concert with us. It's like
Warner execs too.
you can connect. You can be a regular person from New York City and connect with the biggest person that could connect you to $1,000, $1 billion, $1 trillion. Like, that's the whole thing. In New York, we're so fast that everyone just want to make money. And sometimes I even jump into that. Sometimes it's just more of what's the next event instead of what's the best event, And then that's what it really was with this one. It was more about making it the best event, and it was just crazy that I got to meet two people that's not from New York that I would not have met if it wasn't through Instagram or FaceTime. Like, that could make it happen to where we could, help out people our age and younger than us, Like,
What
It
about
is
the
a
artists
blessing.
to get on there? You know what I'm saying? Like, are you guys calling for artists to sign up or anything? Or you guys just hand selecting these artists to perform?
All
Like the
right.
up and comers I'm talking about.
All right, we do have some openers. Once again, we do definitely have Azana Music. We also have a big Afrobeats artist. His name is Big Hooks.
Just
Yeah,
toured in Nigeria, million
Just
something
toured
followers.
in Nigeria, Cameroon, a lot of places.
Well,
We
he's
have we have a lot of people. We have a lot of people that's in this, and it's more of a lot of these artists are really up and coming, and they are from New York, right? That's the biggest thing with our openers. Is not like we want to create this for everyone, right? So it's like if I'm gonna create this opportunity for people that are gonna walk through the doors, then I should create it for the people that are gonna perform before the artist. So just creating them the opportunity to showcase their talent in front of these A-list celebrities fans is
Right.
gonna help them blow up.
Right.
It's not more about getting like we could always go with the artists that already have a blue check, right? We could always go with the artists that already have a name, but they don't benefit anything from that, right?
Mhm.
They just get an extra dollar in their pocket, or they just get that 5 minutes that they want, you know.
Right.
Whereas with these artists, these newer artists and these small artists, is more of we're helping them close the gap. You know, we're putting them in front of these huge artists as fans. You know, now it's like if your performance is not up to par and you don't gain any fans, that's a different story. Now that's on you.
Yeah, if you go there and
Gave
don't
you the
benefit from
platform.
nothing, that's on you, you know. Because
Yeah.
I've even personally I've opened up for Stevie Stone for Strange Music. I've opened up for Hobson, Lil White, Ritz. You know,
Bro, you
back
wanna
in
come
the
to
day,
New York?
you know
I
what I'm
love
saying?
all them
So-
artists. By the
Hold
way.
on. You want to come to New York?
So I mean, we already planned on it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not performing. I got an artist that'll come perform
Yeah.
for sure, but I do the video work now. You know what I mean? But
Yeah,
but just speaking from that is what I'm saying. We gained a lot of exposure through that, and it was just networking the right way.
Yeah.
Not being afraid to shake a hand to let them
Let
know
me
your
say-
social media.
This guy is the videographer out here. He does music
Indeed.
videos. He does. I mean, this guy's ever evolving. I'm not even going to try to explain. I'm going to let him tell you what he does, but we got to tap into that.
Yeah,
They don't know.
Spooky,
I mean,
spooky.
Mac knows.
Yeah.
Mo needs to know.
Mo need to know.
Yeah, I do everything.
Mo
I
need
do
to know real
everything.
bad.
You know, any video work you need. You know what I'm saying? Besides that OnlyFans shit, I'm not doing that. You feel me? But,
Hey, sure.
you know, weddings, music videos, advertising, commercials, vlogging, studio sessions. You know, I just came off of 2 music. Yeah, he said shorts. He said horror films.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? So
He's letting you know not to forget.
yeah, he's letting me know not to forget. But my mind's on music now. You know,
Right.
But yeah, so.
You do everything.
One
Yeah,
stop
we would
shop.
love to come out and try to do what we can as media with BrainJerk. I know we talked a little bit about that. I wanted to bring that up while we're on the air because that'd be an awesome opportunity.
What's the date of the show?
June 2nd,
Second.
Queens,
I know we
New
talked about
York.
trying to connect.
You
Stand
guys
up,
flying or
New
you
York.
driving?
At Armour
Could go either way. I mean, I'd like to fly. I'm a flying kind of
I'm
guy.
a
I'm a
Right.
flyer too. But
Okay, well, let's just drop in. I just would rather do
Fly.
that.
Yeah.
Hour and a half to drive stuff is for the birds, man.
No,
I'm gonna be
that's
honest.
11
If
hours to
it's
drive.
more than 3 hours, I'm probably not gonna be in the car. The Keys is the longest drive.
what's
I
the
take.
set? Was that a Friday, Saturday?
Friday.
Fucking forget it. I'm flying.
Perfect day for some
I
vodka.
say-
Shout out 8
yeah.
Mile.
Yeah, shout out 8
Mile.
Smooth,
Vodka.
see?
I say we go
You
out.
guys pour up some drinks while
Yeah,
you talking
8 Mile.
about.
You know it.
Gonna get a
I
glass
want to come
right
out to that
now.
event. I'm serious.
Yeah.
The 8 Mile.
If the-
I
if
mean,
the boys
yeah,
are going,
we
like,
and
let's go.
we'll talk after this because we
Yeah.
had Mo and I been talking about so many things for that for
Crazy
8 Mile
ideas.
and like
is
being
it,
like
is it okay to bring it up here? I can
what
talk
8
about
Mile? I mean,
Mikey, what
I
can we talk
mean,
about?
We can talk
What
about
do you want to talk
Can
about?
we get into it?
a
little get into
idea.
anything.
All right.
Just make sure. Yeah.
Ask a
Good
couple
question.
questions. He'll let you know.
Right? right. Dip our toe in the water and see where we go.
yeah,
You already walked the
Nah.
ocean, so
Right.
right. I mean, hey,
Yeah.
hey.
Moses.
I regret it. I don't like that. I got a son now. I got to think about. I'm like, why'd you do that, you idiot?
Um, But yeah, we would definitely want you to come to stand up. We also have something else as well cooking up. Mac has been helping me with this. It's called the After Dark series.
Okay.
Right.
Going crazy.
Okay.
First experience my first time in New York
Mhm.
was episode 1
It was episode
of
1.
After Dark series. And again, it's like, the concept for stand up New York, I was bringing out some heavy hitters out of New York. That really let me know, okay, my man's is really going crazy. Like, it was a vibe, room packed. I didn't have so many DJs switching sets every hour on the hour. That's a different vibe.
That's
Like I
wild.
mentioned about his artist Azana, getting that spotlight in the booth. Different. He's about the experience for sure. Tell him about that shit, bro.
So, like I said, everything that we try to do is really more of an experience than just an event, right? So, with After Dark, what I've created was an idea of the literally what a nightlife is for everyone, right? So what I've done is I've put every single type of DJ on one night. You always have a Latin night, you always have a hip hop night, you always have a Afrobeats night, you always have a reggae night. I put them all together, right? And while doing that, what I did was for the first series, I actually had 3 artists, and I had artists perform in the middle of every hour, right, for the last 3 hours. So yeah, that's basically what After Dark is.
That's crazy.
After Dark is an experience that you can go home and wait for the next month for, right? And like with the philanthropy and everything like that, for every event we give 20% of the profits to someone in need or to an organization, right? Yeah, like this year 2023 is more about giving back to everyone, right? I guess there's been a lot of people that you could even see from COVID. I just struggled, been through a lot. So that's kind of like the mission this year. Even with stand up, right? We've been thinking about like just finding ways to give back as well. But yeah, After Dark itself is that experience that I just described, right? And this is fun, right? I feel like you guys think this is fun. There's also a podcast side to it, right? The biggest thing is that because a lot of people see this as a negative profession, um, people try to turn away from nightlife and try to turn away from parties and stuff like that. I want to bring it out to the light. I want it to go from after dark to during the day as well, right? But that's where like the you know charities and things like that come and play because it's like we can create the same experience that I'm creating parties. I want to try to create it in like a basketball court. I want to try to create it on like street soccer,
Yeah.
you know, or even like different ideas like that. Just creating a spot where whether you're 11 or you're 45, you can come and enjoy your time, and there does not have to be liquor, right?
Right.
But now the
That's so
thing
dope.
is,
I love that.
but now the thing is, it's still After Dark series. So at night, 21 plus will all be able to drink at these events,
Right.
right? And then I also have like activation ideas and stuff like that that we could get into later, after this. But that's the idea of After Dark.
I like it a lot.
Love it.
man.
That's huge.
And he had some heavy hitters come through too.
Yeah, I had
Like,
Young
don't
Devin.
sleep. Yeah, the Young Devin.
Young Devin.
Shout out Ravi,
She-
Frank Lucas cap.
Frank Lucas, pulled up as well. Damn, yo, bro, I'm trying to be humble.
Hey, I'm
trying,
just
like,
letting you know.
Just
You
be
doing
nice
your
about
thing.
things, man. All right.
You doing your thing.
Yeah, I had Young Devin pop out. She's an artist up and coming, but she's already like has 100,000 plus fans. She makes music without curses. Every single song she's ever released does
Nice.
not have any curse.
That's rare.
I didn't know that. That's
But
crazy.
she's
Yeah.
also a drill rapper, which is like New York drill right now. I don't
Yeah.
know if you know like some of these artists like B Love or artists like that. She's also considered like a drill rapper. But she's trying to get out that lane. But yeah, she doesn't make music. She doesn't make music with curses. Yeah. Meek Mill
Bye.
sponsors her. So it's like she really big hitter in Brooklyn. And yeah, I had her out. We had Frank Lucas, the actor. Yeah, we had a lot of people out, but
Any hard
it's not
knocks.
necessarily it's not necessarily of like who we had out.
Right.
It's more of like that experience that everyone's had,
Crazy.
right?
That's
Oh yeah, and definitely shout out to the videographer, Any Hard Knots. You know,
She's over the new Mack Tr3 agency's division of New York.
my boy snatched her away from me, but it's okay. He snatched her away from me, but it's alright. But yeah, shout out Annie, definitely. She was the videographer, and it was definitely just a vibe. That honestly, 2023 is more of a test, right? It's more of a test with this specific series, more of a test to where if it can succeed in New York, it can succeed in any city,
Right.
right? So I hope to one day, come back and bring it here,
Take it on
right?
tour. Yeah.
Take it to Toronto, take it to Miami, and basically just give it to other promoters, right? And just have this idea become reality to everyone more than me, right? Because what is really my stamp in this world right now is what I always think about every day. And like with the philanthropy aspect of like giving back and stuff like that, I can kind of control that with certain promoters. I can like make sure they do certain things. So just that idea of, giving back, I could guarantee that while they can keep all the profit, it's not really about the money. It's more about everyone seeing that vision.
Right.
You know,
I love that, man. I really do. He reminds me of a lot of what we do and just the way he was saying stuff. I mean, when he said that, I was just like, I just
Appreciate
couldn't
that,
believe it,
It
man.
was love.
For sure. I mean, with you, man, it was like
We just
same
talked
thing,
about
yeah.
it earlier. Like
Yeah.
we just had the same conversation. So it's crazy to hear you say some of the stuff. That's why I said you can tell like-minded people. That stuff is real evident when you're talking to somebody that is about their stuff, man, and doing stuff. We damn show a lot of like.
It was crazy. Like, so you guys just linked up. Just say last year, right? You could meet somebody within 1 year that you mess with like hard, right? And it'll take you somewhere else. You got people you've dealt with for 20 years
Preach.
that don't do
Preach.
anything for you,
Talk
but
that
just ask
shit.
you for shit.
Preach.
You know what I mean?
Preach.
So that's the thing. Like,
Preach.
time isn't like a thing to me, right? It's how genuine you are, right?
Mhm.
I've known people 20 some years that I don't, you know what I mean? We don't do anything productive with. Meet somebody I met 6 weeks ago that we're changing the game with. Like, like-minded people make shit happen. Like that's huge.
Just them bumps in the road too that you got to get to.
100%.
That's what they say with the mentality, of the company that you keep. A lot of people sleep on that concept.
You are who you
the
hang
people
with.
that
100%.
you're around literally is going to shape your future in some kind of way. So if you're chilling with somebody who's just always chilling, you're going to be finding some time to be chilling.
100%.
You finding
We were just
with
talking
somebody
about this
that's
the other day.
working. You gonna be
It's
with somebody
crazy to
working.
me.
It's crazy.
I mean, you don't want to be lonely by yourself, right? So if everybody at work, you're gonna find a job. You feel me? Now you pick the wrong people, and they chilling all day. You're like, all right, hang out with my friends, and then it's just more of like the idea of everyone around you want to progress. As long as everyone want to progress, you're gonna find a way to progress as well, because you don't want to be the last one there.
CG, we ain't heard much from you. Can we get some?
Yeah.
What's
the
up?
creative
Okay.
director,
You do,
Coachella.
CG. What do you do?
I do. I mean, what don't I do? I do
like
everything,
that.
but I do mainly one of the biggest things that me and Mac been talking about for a while now is really just being a dot connector. That's important, especially in this industry. You know what I mean? Like you were saying, Spooks. Everything. I mean, it's who you. A lot of it is who you know and the relationships that you make with those people. You know what I mean? I tell you all the
Yeah.
time, if I'm ever in a room, I don't give a fuck. Excuse me, I'm sorry.
Oh,
but, you know,
hey.
okay. You
Give
know,
it to him, girl.
I don't give a fuck if I'm in the room with Barack Obama. If there's something BrainJerk can do, oh wait a minute, hold on.
That's
wait
what
a
I was
second.
telling Mikey too. Like you really, man.
I'm like, hold
shout out
on.
to
I know,
CZ,
you know, like
baby.
you said, he entered with Polo. You know,
Yeah.
you want to meet Polo Frost? Sure, he's a humble guy. I've known him. You know,
Yep.
go. You know, Mac. You know, I'm never, but you know, Mac has been he's been kind of like from where I started from with just doing like events for weddings and graduations and you know, I mean, he's kind of opened my eyes to so much more that I can do in this industry because it's like, yeah, no, the wedding gig, that's cool. That's, you know, spooks, you know, it pays the bills.
You got a season. You got a season.
You're like,
I
okay.
got 4
One
books this
season.
year.
Yeah, well, you're like, okay, it pays the bills. That's great,
Right.
you know. But it's really just like you never know. Mac, like, you know, he's put my name in some places where I never thought my name would ever be spoken in. And, you know, I've had the opportunity to do things for like Coachella and, you know, shit like that.
How do you
And,
determine if it's
Say
the
that
right
again,
move
say
to
that
make,
again.
though?
you really just fill it out because Mac, you already know we've heard a lot of no's, hard no's that are like, man, if we could just solidify this deal, we'll be up, you know, like up, you know, and then we've heard like, you know, hard no's. And like you said, it takes the no's to know. So now moving forward, when you hear something, you're kind of like,
You ever have a deal
pass.
go through where you thought like this might not necessarily it's the one, but like you feeling good about it, and then it's like it's not what it was supposed to be.
Yeah.
You got something in mind.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You got something in
We've
mind.
had,
I've
we've
seen
had
it.
so many.
Right.
I mean, down to some ones that are like it was hard. Like I've cried over them before because it was
Right.
like this is my
Same thing
chance.
with you though, I'm sure.
This
right?
is my
With the liquor and
opportunity.
whatnot?
Oh,
Yeah.
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 I think this
It
is the deal.
happened.
Like this deal takes us here.
That's where I'm
you know.
gonna be. I'm not, you know, you're just thinking about like it's really like you get caught up in your future of like,
Mhm.
okay, if this goes on, my future, what it, you know, holds and where I could go from here and what I can do.
Do you double back on that? Like maybe later on down the line try to attempt it again, or
You
just
know,
say, you know what? Let me put this one on the list.
I've
You know,
double.
like-
I'll be
Right.
real and not to
Circle
like.
back.
I'll never name drop, but like I've doubled back on, and I'll keep it 100. You know me, bro. I'm gonna keep
Yep.
it 100.
Keep
I've
it
doubled
100,
back
girl.
on bitches who, bitch, I will never give you the time of day again. Before you played me on some shit.
Right.
Right.
You played me on some shit, and you put this image out there that like you are this type of person. You already know how I had a rough New Year, and I was like, I'm gonna get this off my chest, but I never did. But it's yeah, I've doubled back on people and really gave them the opportunity, and that's what you had to learn in this business a lot too. Is like sometimes I can't always do that.
You
Like
gotta know
I've
your
given you
worth.
I've given you the opportunity once. You've said no. Here I am again. I can't. This ain't baseball. This ain't 3 strikes you're out. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I've given people the chance to make for real bread by just connecting a dot with them. And bitch, it's like you don't even need the bread. You manage a very, very popular artist in Detroit. You don't even need the bread, bitch.
Right.
But I've had, you know, but it's, you know,
I think I know who you're talking about.
I said leaves no room for interpretation.
I
You go
mean,
there.
you know, I'm throwing shots without throwing shots because
Right.
yeah, that shit, you know, it is you deals like that is what, you know.
But it's
I got
funny
it
when
right.
it comes back. No, I don't mean to cut
go
you off.
ahead, go
Spook.
ahead.
So I sent this man. This was 2015, something like that. I sent this man a message. Still trying to figure out what I'm trying to do. Right. Read the message, never responded. 3 weeks ago. I don't know how I missed this message. I'm like, right. Hey, it shows
8
the
years
red.
later.
It shows the red thing,
Right.
right? I don't know how I missed this. I see you're doing well. Ask me a question about something I'm working on. Read that message.
And left him on red.
Wait another 5 years.
Right.
Gotta
Hit
be
you
like
back
Does
up.
that too.
You gotta
Yeah.
be
Nah,
like
I'm not
that.
gonna play
Yeah.
that game.
Right.
Like when I'm
Yeah.
nobody, treat me with respect.
Right.
Treat me like I'm somebody.
You know what? You know what?
And that's
And I'm still
literally what
nobody.
we've been
I don't mean
saying
that.
about
Oh,
Mac.
yeah.
We've literally been. I've been saying this to Mac for like the last because I'm surprised he's not verified already. But I've been saying this to Mac. Have I not been saying this to you for like the last
Yeah, I mean,
6 months? Like, hey,
That's his fault.
if you don't fuck with Mac now, don't try to fuck with him again. And because it's like, hey,
They will though. They will.
that's what
I
I was gonna
promise you
say.
they will.
Charge
Because when
them
I
double.
first started,
Charge them double.
out, I literally took 5 artists under my belt. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna manage you guys. 3 hip hop artists, a singer, and a Erica Badu type vibe singer too. And all I said was just believe in me. Like I see this vision. Like this is what I want to do. I know my work ethic. Like just give me a chance. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, but I'm gonna figure it out. You know, I'm busting my butt. I'm paying that ticket to get them on the showcase. You know, I'm picking them up, driving them just for them to forget the IDs, can't even get in. You feel me? Like literally doing everything I can. And one by one, they all left me. Yep. Literally. I was like, I'm not fucking with Mack Delfino no more. Make that post. Time goes by. I'm in my bag. I'm focused. I'm taking those hard no's. I'm learning from them. I'm building up my connections. And I am where I am today. All of them circled back. You know, a couple of them pay me now.
Always going services.
Them double gang.
Message me. This is 2021. I messaged them back. You know, shot them some prices. I'll get back to you. Just wrote me last week. Yo, my taxes dropped. Those prices still good? Like,
nah,
no,
man. Yesterday's prices.
Them 2018 prices.
That was COVID prices.
Right, them 2018 prices, bro.
No, like,
today's prices.
Some things, you know, sometimes you do have to bite your lip and like, all right, I still, if it's worth doing, I still will honor the prices. You know, but like if you know and you've been watching, them prices ain't them prices.
You feel me?
So yesterday's price is not today's price,
right?
But people have to understand both sides of that, right? It doesn't always go up just because of what you did yesterday.
Does not mean it's going
right.
up today.
It goes down too.
It could go
and
down.
People don't understand that.
Right.
They're sitting on something, giving prices on something they did 5 years ago.
Right.
It's not the same.
Yeah.
Right.
But they still think, oh, I did this 5 years ago.
You don't hold the same weight anymore.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's just
I gotta learn that too for myself though, for real, because you know what I'm saying. I got clients from A to Z, and I got clients. Might be a $250 client. I got a client that's an $800 client, you know, but you got to know your worth in that range. But also that
100%.
that $250 client right now, he's already put a couple G's in my pocket. You know, he stayed loyal to me, he or she. Stay loyal to me. Like I'm gonna shoot 3 videos a month. Here it is, you know, and that was in 2018, 2017. So yeah, now your prices are this price, you know.
Yeah.
It's like a VIP card almost.
Yeah, punch card. Yeah.
You're gonna get some spooky bugs. You know?
Spooky bugs. Throwing a free smoothie here and there.
Right.
You know?
Hey, and you know what you're saying? That kind of tied into my pricing structure too, because I have the mentality like, yo, I just got to get these resources for artists, for entrepreneurs, for influencers. And so, like, I literally got something for everybody. So I'll come across artists that literally will have a full-on conversation. You know, they give me their life story, break it down. We about to work, and then they hit me back, yo, man, I don't even got the bread like that. And I'm like, okay, well, it's all good. Like, I'm about to bless you. I'm finna put you in a major magazine right now. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes there's clients you really got to just show that love to, because you never know who somebody's going to become. Or
you just ask them what their budget is too, you know. I mean, but I get it all the time. Like I just had someone call me on the way here. He had to take a step back just on some personal stuff, you know. He's like, I had to delete all my stuff, just got into some personal shit, you know. But now he's coming back, and he wants to work with me. But it's cool that he called me. He could call any of these cats from Detroit, but he's calling me just because he knows what it is, you know. And he's one of them guys that flew me out to Miami, took care of me in the Airbnb, everything. So it's not too down, but it's someone else. But it's still just like, show that respect, show that loyalty to them. They're always going to come back to you because that's what it is.
How you treat people.
Right. I think we got to wrap it up.
That's what's up.
Is there anything you want to say?
Hey, dude, I'm just enjoying this conversation.
Yeah. Yeah.
Honestly, this is fire conversation.
Everything's been good topics. Everything's I hope that the viewers that are watching this are taking in some knowledge. You know, if you guys are in the industry or wanting to break into the industry, regardless if you're, you know, doing liquor, you're doing A&R stuff, you're doing management, rapping, event planning, anything that video work, there's an opportunity for everybody out there. You know, you just got to know your worth and just keep going. Can't just pick up a camera today and think that you're Steven Spielberg, you know, or
no question.
Can't think that you're Kiefer. You know what I mean? You can't think that.
You also, Spook, I want to jump off what you said. Like, you got to know your worth, know like the energy. My favorite lyric in a song from NF was, and I live by it, I don't like the energy, I leave a situation. I'm not going to fall out with you. I'm not going to beef with you. I'll just step back. You know what I mean? You have to know that, because like that bad energy, you take it home with you. Like, I can't do
Come
it.
in a relationship
Right.
with it.
Right.
Come in a relationship
Right.
with the negative energy.
Yeah.
You can't. Yeah, you can't.
On some real stuff, just like saying about that, like I always say, I'm piggybacking on what you just said, is like I always say to people, you know, I'm not gonna fall out with you. I'm not gonna nothing. I want to see you eat, just not at my table.
I had a conversation
Feel
with
me?
my
That's
man
fire.
today, and I said the
Feel
same
me?
thing.
I want to see you eat,
I
just
don't.
not
Yeah,
at my
I
table.
don't
That's
have
all.
enemies, right?
Yeah.
But
I have people I fuck with, people I don't fuck with.
Right. You just
People I
stop,
don't
you
fuck
stop
with.
answering the phone or what? Like you? Is that how it really
Yeah,
goes?
yeah. I'm not gonna. So what am I gonna have a conversation with you? Right? We talk about it. You still lie to my face. I know it's a lie. So I'm not afraid of confrontation. Like, if you want to have a confrontation, we'll do that. But none of us gain from it, right?
Yeah.
So what am I? I'm gonna leave this conversation. I still know you're lying to me. So I leave with feeling like that. You leave with, oh, I fooled him again. I got him. Like, he believes me. It's just not productive. So I just completely,
Yeah,
like,
you
I
gotta
don't,
move.
I just,
Yeah.
I fall
Separate yourself from the
completely
That's
back.
100.
Yeah.
And you
Absolutely.
feel it, right?
Yeah,
If I fuck with you,
absolutely.
you feel it.
Right.
If I don't fuck with you, you feel
You
it.
know
You
it.
know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
That's it. I'm not gonna fall out and
right,
beef with
right,
you.
right.
Is what it is. I got love for you. I want you to eat. Like you said,
I
you're
want
just
to
not
see
eating
you
with me.
eat, just not at my
Not at my
table.
table.
100%.
Right.
You gotta
That's
get it
it.
to go.
Right.
that's real.
Next
Real.
table.
Let's go see the table for you.
Right.
Excuse me. This is
Bro.
reserved.
Bro.
Excuse me.
Excuse me.
100%.
Well, this was great, man. I can't thank you enough for flying in and coming down to see us. Listen, so just so everybody knows,
We'll see you in New York.
tomorrow.
Right.
4 o'clock. I'm sorry, 5 o'clock.
5
We'll
p.m.
be back.
Tomorrow night, we will be back.
We'll be back.
Most of the people sitting here, I think Mikey's got something to do. He can't make it tomorrow.
Unfortunately.
But everybody else is
I'm an
sitting here. Also, we'll have Mint Cannabis here tomorrow. They're gonna come out and we're gonna do that.
Josh.
Listen, so one of the things before we get into plugging your guys' socials,
We mentioned Mack Tr3 too. I'm sorry.
shout out to Mack Tr3.
Mack
He'll be
Tr3,
here
Columbus
tomorrow.
boy.
I'm so
Yep.
sorry. Yep,
Mack Tr3's
Mack
coming through tomorrow.
definitely is going to be a
Artist I
good time.
manage.
So we'll have some 8 Mile. We'll have smoke a little weed, have a little good time, right? I'm not gonna hold you up. You know, when Mint Cannabis is in the building, you know, we're not even gonna hold you up.
Mint
But one of the
Cannabis.
things we do, and I know I've already done this with Spooky, Mikey, I'm going to challenge you too with this, is if you guys, I'm going to put you on the spot right here. I want you to put someone in your seat, whether it's someone from New York that can't make it here, that needs to be zoomed in or whatever, but put someone in the seat that we need to talk to.
I'll give you a list.
Yeah.
I got a list.
I'll take a
Real talk.
list.
I got a
Give me
short
one.
list.
Give me one. Give me somebody that we need to sit down and talk to, Mikey.
Like, yo, are you want right now?
Right now. I'm putting them on the
Oh,
spot.
shit,
man.
circle back to me.
You know,
I'm trying to
you guys,
like,
I mean, you know, if it's one of your artists or somebody that you just put somebody, I'm putting you on the hot seat, man. Put somebody in your
I'm
spot.
gonna nominate Nadia Payne. You feel me? Mack Tr3 artist. You know, she's out here, got a story to tell.
So we can have you come back with her.
Yeah.
How's that sound?
Absolutely. We'd
So,
love it.
You know, Pillow Talk's starting to get booked up. We got a couple months.
Yeah.
You know, my
Josh,
partner's
put 'em in
back there
books.
taking notes. All right.
Check
What
the
about you?
dates.
Probably Chan.
Yeah.
Ah,
Big Chan,
society.
yeah.
Our third partner. He's a
So that's something.
Advertising
Is he
genius.
from where you're at?
He's
Huh?
from Toronto.
He's from
He's from
Toronto. Yeah, he's the. All right,
He's a
so
Toronto
I'm
boy,
from
he's
New York
from
City.
Yep.
He's from Detroit. And Chan's
I
from
would really like
Toronto.
to get the 3 out here together. Let's try to make that happen.
We should have tagged
Let's
Chan.
try
We
it.
should have
I
tagged
tried
him.
to get
Chan?
Chan to
Yeah, we should've tagged him.
Watch the show,
Yeah,
man.
we
We need
tried
you
to.
out here,
Yeah, we
baby.
He
should've
was
tagged
just
him.
in New York though. Like, it was
Yeah.
We'll get you out
No.
here.
Yeah.
So
the benefit of them coming to New York was I was already home, so
Yeah.
you know, I didn't really
Yeah.
have to spend anything.
that's beautiful.
I was chilling. Feel me?
Well, it's
But
got to come your way one eventually, right? So if we're
yeah,
gonna-
you feel me? I'm
switching
just
up
I'm happy
spots,
I'm here though.
yeah.
Honestly,
I'm
when
happy you're here
CG
too,
when
man.
CG called me and was like, "Let's do this through," I'm like, "Nah, I'm pulling up." It is
We
what it
literally
is.
talked the same day, and I was like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, we can. We'll zoom him in, whatever." Right? She called back like, "Nah, he's talking about flying out here."
Yeah,
bro.
I'm like, he
next
pulling
morning
up.
he's flying out
Yeah,
here.
he pulling up.
Yeah,
That was
he
wild.
pulling up.
So
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's
I mean,
huge, man.
I could.
He's pulling up.
That's huge.
You
That's
could have
huge. I
you
gotta
could have
say that
seen
again.
anyone. You could have seen anyone on Zoom, but you know,
Man, it's huge to have you here. This is beautiful.
yeah, appreciate
So
it.
plug your guys' socials, man. Let me know where to find you guys at.
IMO, IAMMOE 4_. That soon be cut as soon as I sue the person that has money. That thing, But yeah.
You already know the deal. Mac Delfino, MackDelfino.
It's not like you've done that before, Mac.
Sounds like a drop right there. I love it.
Feel me?
Love it.
CG Simone, you guys know CIJISYMONE.
SpookySpookyFilms.
Shit
Yeah,
is
two
spooky as
spookies.
mug, man.
Two spookies, I love it.
Yeah.
And then, where do we find 8 Mile Vodka?
So the like the 8 Mile page is the official 8 Mile Vodka on Instagram.
With the
And
number 8.
Yes,
Yep.
yes, the number 8, and then my personal is Mikey Shumaker. Shu is SHU.
Beautiful. And
Yeah.
follow BrainJerk. All you guys out there
Of
already are if you're
course,
watching,
of
I imagine.
course.
But I'll make sure, obviously, we all share each other's connects and stuff and make sure we follow each other on all the platforms.
Yeah.
And just so you guys know, anybody that is watching, I can't say enough how huge it is for you guys that do subscribe to our channels, to our Facebooks, without that, we have nothing. So thanks to the BrainJerk fans. Thanks to Mac. Thanks to Mo. Thanks to 8 Mile. Thanks to CG.
Oh
thanks
yeah,
to
so
Spooky.
good.
Yeah.
I love every one
Yeah.
of you motherfuckers, man.
Yeah.
This
Much
episode
love
5.
to the
This was
fans.
epic. Thank you
Yeah.
guys so much.
Let's go.
All right, let's go.